The following is a presentation of the PAC Sports Network.
The Bearcats will host the PAC Championship Saturday night against the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets. The stage has been set. Hi friends and good evening. Tonight the PAC Sports Network is proud to present the President's Athletic Conference 2015 Men's Basketball Championship. Hi, I'm Nate Rigotti, joined by my partner for this evening, David Floyd, our executive producer, Buddy McKay, and our camera person, Shelby Tobrowski. Welcome inside the Carey Center here in Latrobe. The #1 overall seed, St. Vincent, in the championship game for the third straight year. Meanwhile, Waynesburg in the championship game for the first time since 2006. And Dave, you have a look of how these teams got here.
Yeah, with 9 teams on the men's side in the President's Athletic Conference. You have that play-in game on Monday evening. That was the 8th-seeded Westminster Titans hosting Washington and Jefferson College. The Titans came out with a 79-63 victory in that one, handled the Presidents, and moved on for an opportunity to play the St. Vincent Bearcats right here at the Carey Center. And boy, they played pretty well in that first half of that quarterfinal round against the Bearcats, up by 15 at one point, but it was St. Vincent able to pull out an 87-79 victory to advance to the semifinals. A couple of other quarterfinal matchups. Number 3 seeded Bethany, 70-52 winners over the Geneva Golden Tornadoes, and number 4 seed Thomas More, 72-56 victors over Teal College. And then you have the other team in tonight's matchup, the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. They took on Grove City at home. The Wolverines tried to slow it down offensively, and they really kept things close for a while, but a 7-0 run by Waynesburg at the 13:30 mark got the Jackets rolling, and they hung on for that 8-point victory in that one. So moving on to the semifinal round, Thursday evening. The Jackets at home against 3rd-seeded Bethany. Similar scenario to their quarterfinal round. It was pretty tight, 39-all a few minutes into the second half. The Jackets went off on a 7-0 run and took control. Ended up winning by 13, 70-57 in that one. And to set up the showdown we have here today, semifinal action, St. Vincent against 4th-seeded Thomas More here at the Carey Center. One that we had here on the network. And boy, all Bearcats all the time in that first half, 45-24, including 19 from Mr. Sean Kett. And then, of course, you had that 86-73 final, and here we are, championship match, all chalk so far to this point, number 1 versus number 2.
The Bearcats have led the PAC standings all season long, a 21-6 overall record, 14-2 in conference play. Meanwhile, Waynesburg was sitting in that 4, maybe 5 seed, and then towards the end of the season, a 9-game winning streak. They finished the year with a 12-4 conference record. Oh, by the way, St. Vincent, one of their 2 conference losses was to Waynesburg. One of Waynesburg's 4 conference losses was to St. Vincent. So these 2 teams split during the regular season.
Yeah, they did it in January right here at the Carey Center. Waynesburg had their moments in that contest, but St. Vincent really controlled throughout. 71-60 winners in the end, an 11-point contest, but then a really good game at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse not long ago, earlier this month, February 4th to be exact, and it was a B.J. Durham floater with just about 4 seconds left that gave Waynesburg the 66-65 victory.
St. Vincent has been eligible for the PAC tournament for 5 years. They are the reigning back-to-back champions. Meanwhile, Waynesburg has only one PAC championship, and that was back in '96 before there was even a tournament. These two teams square off to see who will be the 2015 champion in a moment here on the PAC Sports Network.
Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living is raising funds for renovation and new construction of the YWCA building on West Maiden Street in Washington. Triple is a membership organization of people with disabilities and their families, friends, and neighbors. Triple's vision is to embrace the Y's historic, uplifting character while creating a state-of-the-art, fully accessible community center. We are accepting various types of donations for the rehabilitation of the Y. Visit ywca.triple.com or call 724-223-5115 for more information.
Since 1961, McCracken Pharmacy has served their community in a uniquely personalized way with the goal to use the most innovative technologies in retail pharmacy. Patients and customers are served with medication synchronization programs, easy-to-use unit dose packaging, adult vaccination programs, and free delivery service. McCracken's 3 pharmacists and friendly, courteous, knowledgeable staff will take the time to sit and answer patients' medication questions. With all major insurances accepted, McCracken is also a preferred pharmacy in many Medicare plans. McCracken Pharmacy, a proud sponsor of Yellow Jackets basketball in the PAC.
It is a sea of black and burnt orange inside the Carey Center, a facility notorious for their home crowd. But Dave, the St. Vincent students are on spring break, and right now, what is usually a home court advantage for St. Vincent might be swinging Waynesburg's way.
Yeah, we had the Let's Go Jackets chants in here just a moment ago. They brought a student bus up from campus down in Waynesburg. So for the moment, it's mostly Waynesburg, and we'll see if that continues throughout as fans continue to roll in here to the Carey Center.
Well, talking to Coach Christner before the game, he said that this is a hard place to play in because of that crowd, but now he's got the student section in his back pocket. And he'll probably need them because St. Vincent comes with a high-powered offense and a great defense as well.
Yeah, they really do. And when you look at this offense, second in the league in points per game, first in both field goal and three-point percentage, so they can really shoot the basketball and they can really score at a high level, and they've got a number of players who can do it. 3 averaging in double figures, Jones, Howard, and Kett, all with at least 12 points per game, and they definitely have some athletes who can do a lot of things on both ends of the floor.
St. Vincent is on a 7-game winning streak, and all of that going back to that big Waynesburg win with 4 seconds to go with that B.J. Durham layup. In that ball game, Dave, St. Vincent shot over 50% from the floor, out-rebounded Waynesburg, but the Bearcats still came away, the Yellow Jackets still came away with the loss despite St. Vincent playing its best game. So I really think we do have the 2 top teams in the conference here, and really there's no one standout player. For both of these teams, it's a huge group effort, but Waynesburg's got a couple of good guys underneath. Jason Probst, you got Jacob Flegel who can shoot the ball as well. Yeah, and talking with Coach Christner, he said, I said, what's so good about, St. Vincent? What challenges do they pose? And he said, well, first of all, they're really good. But second of all, he said, they're a lot like us in the sense that they are so balanced. But looking at the Jackets, as you mentioned, a couple guys that D.P. Harris mentioned as well, Jason Probst and Jake Flegel, 2 seniors on this team that have been building toward a moment like this when they've had an opportunity to play for a berth in the national tournament. And, Flegel, great mid-range player. Probst can bang a bit underneath. And of course you had B.J. Durham, who head coach D.P. Harris of the St. Vincent Bearcats said just a really strong player, and of course was the hero in the last one between these two. Someone we haven't even mentioned yet is Jalen Bell, who killed Waynesburg the first time these guys were here in the Carey Center earlier this season. Jalen Bell, not known as a big-time scorer, but can really distribute the ball. Top 5 in the conference in assists with 3 per game. You also have Pat Jones, who is averaging 13 points per game. He is the leading scorer on this team, top 10 in the conference. So a big variety of what both of these teams can do. It's not one look, it's several. Exactly, and that's what Coach Christner said. He said, if you leave Klimchak, who's coming off the bench, open, he'll hit a 3.
if you leave Ford, who's coming off the bench, open, I mean, he's going to go down on the block and score, and then we haven't even gone into the starters yet. So that's going to happen for sure. You're going to have to guard each and every one of the players on the floor for both teams, and we'll see who does it better here tonight.
Speaking of starters, the St. Vincent crew here getting set for the national anthem, and to introduce the starting lineups, we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll give you the starters here on the PAC Sports Network.
Comprised of 10 private institutions and 2 affiliate members, the President's Athletic Conference remains unique in this era of high-pressure college athletics. As a charter member of NCAA Division III, PAC student-athletes excel in 21 varsity sports as well as the classroom.
Academic and athletic excellence since 1955, the President's Athletic Conference.
Want to learn more? Visit us at www.pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
When you're seriously in debt, you know that feeling. It returns every time the phone rings. Things are out of control. A job you were counting on didn't come through, or you got sick. No matter how it got to this point, your creditors don't care or understand, but I do. It's not too late. I can help. If you're embarrassed, overwhelmed, or frustrated, don't be. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to help, and you do need help. Please call me. There is a way out, and I'll get you there.
When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
We're here at Sport Clips, the new just for guys haircutting place, to see what the buzz is about. How was it?
Nice cut, nice price, professional stylist. Doesn't get any better than this.
There's sports on TV at every chair.
I got an awesome haircut, steam towel treatment, neck and shoulder massage. I went all the way!
What are you waiting for? Sport Clips is now in your neighborhood. At Sport Clips, guys win.
With 2 locations in Washington County, at the McMurray Shops in Peters Township and at Trinity Point in Washington.
Welcome back to Latrobe, PA. An hour-and-a-half drive from Waynesburg, and starting lineups getting set to be introduced, so we'll do that for you too. David has them, and they're brought to you by Sport Clips.
Yeah, first for the visitors for the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets here today, starting at the point, number 30, a junior guard out of West Friendship, Maryland, B.J. Durham. A senior guard from Wexford, Pennsylvania, North Allegheny High School, Byram Luco. Number 15, a senior wing player, 6'1", out of Bethel Park, Kenny Clace. Number 10, a senior wing player, 6'5", out of nearby Jennerstown, Pennsylvania, North Star High School, Jacob Flegel. And number 34, a senior forward out of Brighton, Colorado, Jason Probst. And of course, the visitors coached by head coach Mark Christner in his 5th year, assisted by Ben Altmaier, student assistant is Aaron Schuster. And now for the home team, the St. Vincent Bearcats, starting at the point, junior guard out of West Orange High School in Florida, Jalen Bell. You have number 5, junior guard, 6'2", 190, another North Allegheny High School product, J.C. Howard. Pat Jones, number 4, the junior guard from Frostburg, Maryland. Number 23, a freshman forward from Plum, Austin Dietert. And number 45, senior forward from Miami of Florida, 6'5", 215, Sean Kett.
Again, your starting lineups for Waynesburg: Flegel, Clace, Luco, Durham, Probst. For St. Vincent, Jones, Howard, Bell, Dietert, and Kett. And those are brought to you by Sport Clips. Want to hit on one Waynesburg starter, Byram Luco, in the semifinal game, Dave. This is a guy who averages 5 points a game. He exploded for 10 points within a 5.5-minute span, and that's really what separated Waynesburg in that game from Bethany. It was tied up until that point, but Luco kind of turned it on and really gave Waynesburg an advantage.
Yeah, he was so important in that one, especially on the defensive end, guarding the likes of Delonte Joyce and just players with such quickness, but because he's so fast, he was able to contain them. And then, like you said, something he doesn't do a whole ton of, really excel on the offensive end to give the Jackets a lead in that one and get them to the finals.
Also, our PAC player of the game in the quarterfinals, J.C. Howard, another guy who contributes a decent amount, but the junior exploded for 24 points against Westminster. He's another guy that is explosive. So you have your key players all the time, but like we said in the open, these are two teams that get total group contribution. We set for the opening tip-off. It's the senior, Jason Probst, up against a freshman starter in Austin Dietert. Tip is up and we're underway. The 2015 Men's Basketball Championship.
It looks like St. Vincent starting out in a 2-3 zone right now.
Legal nowhere to go. Great defense there by the Bearcats, rather. Thomas More, the women have already won their PAC championship. That's 9 straight now for the Saints. Probst, nowhere to go. 10 on the shot clock now. Luco in the paint. Puts up a little floater off the front of the rim. He gets his own rebound. He goes back up and he's fouled.
And what a job from Luco in there amongst the trees, somehow able to get his own rebound there. And he does it pretty well on the year, almost 4 a game, and he did it there and now goes to the line.
St. Vincent, the top rebounding team in the conference, at least by margin, out rebounding opponents by 7 a game. But however, Waynesburg is the top offensive rebounding team by just about a half rebound per game. But in both of the matchups, Waynesburg put up more second chance points, nearly doubling anything that St. Vincent had, which is not very characteristic of the Bearcats, but Waynesburg has had those opportunities on the offensive rebounds.
And yeah, talking with head coach Mark Christner, talking about what it's going to, if Waynesburg wins, what are you able to do? And number one thing, rebounding.
Kett was charged with that last foul. J.C. Howard goes up for the scoop shot, but it goes off the back of the backboard. Waynesburg quickly in transition. 2-0 lead early. Luco has the ball poked from behind him by Jalen Bell. Here's Pat Jones on the breakaway and the dunk. Slam it home with emphasis.
And that's big there. That's how you get the St. Vincent fans who did roll in here on their feet.
Jacob Flegel was out of bounds when he got that pass. Wasn't expecting it. Luco had nowhere to go, dished it off. I thought Flegel had maybe gotten off that end line, but he didn't when he touched the basketball. Turnover.
Yeah, he had both feet out of bounds, and he may have gotten one back in, but I think that was it.
Bell on the right wing. Kett top of the key. You see this a lot. Kett will pop out, and it allows the Waynesburg defense to kind of come out as well, and it opens up someone else underneath. You expect Kett to go underneath all the time, but when he pops out, it gets the defense off guard a little bit.
Yeah, and that time it was Dietert underneath who had an opening. I think if he would have turned around, he might have been able to get a layup.
Inbound pass with 18 seconds on the shot clock, and J.C. Howard has to go across the timeline to get that one. Howard, the North Allegheny graduate. Right corner to Jones. Jones drives in, and he splits the defense, and the lay-in won't go. Rebound loose. Probst on top of it, cradling it. Then it's a jump ball. Arrow favors St. Vincent.
And what a job there by Jones, able to protect the football like a running back. Splitting 2 defenders, just couldn't get that one to fall. Rolled around just about every part of the rim.
2-2 ball game. Just about 2 minutes into it. Fresh shot clock for the Bearcats. Bell drives from the block, off the backboard and rim. He gets his offensive rebound, back off the glass and through.
And that Probst was able to challenge the shot underneath, but he wasn't able to turn around and box the smaller Bell out.
Waynesburg in the championship game for the first time in 9 years as Flegel with a lay-in from the right side.
Nice job by Flegel, just a little bit more nimble than Ken on that one, able to get the step and get to the rim.
Tied up at 4. Jones in the corner. Top of the key to Ket for 3, the big guy, and it's off the back of the iron and rebounded by Kenny Clace. There's a guy we haven't really talked about yet. Clace, a great contributor, a good outside shooter as well, Dave.
Yeah, starting for a number of years, the senior out of Bethel Park High School. And like you said, just another one of those guys who plays such a big role on this Jacket team.
Ket comes up, challenges Luco. Luco gets it to Flegel. Flegel going to drive in, has a little position on Ket off the glass too hard, and a foul will be called on J.C. Howard.
Clace got positioning underneath on the offensive glass, and that's what Coach Christner was talking about, being able to attack that offensive glass. They did it there, and Howard had to come over the back, got called for the foul.
Waynesburg on its longest winning streak since the 97-98 season at 9. It's also a conference best. Probst going up over top. He can't get it to fall, and it's rebounded by Jalen Bell. Pat Jones with it. Ket, dribble, drive, and he's fouled by Flegel.
Yeah, Flegel just bringing the arm down there, and they're going to get called for that every time, and Ket was in the act of shooting there, so he'll head to the line for 2.
Well, this is what Mark Christner was a little bit worried about. How many points that St. Vincent gets at the free throw line. They're a great free throw shooting team, the best in the conference. You put Sean Ket, who was perfect in the first half of the semifinals from the free throw line. And he misses the second one, however. St. Vincent up 5-4.
Yeah, that's one thing when you're 6'5", 215, and you can shoot free throws at about an 81% clip. You're going to score a lot of points from there. And that's what he's been able to do all season long with Sean Ket.
Well, in that loss is when St. Vincent was outshot at the free throw line. But there's Byron Luco. He won some money after that, given a little show me the money sign after he hits the 3.
And again, 5 points for Luco in these opening minutes. And he's not known for his prowess on the offensive end, but been so important there.
No, 5 points is his average, but Jalen Bell easily drives in for a layup. Uncontested. Came all the way from outside the arc on the right wing, just drove right in.
St. Vincent still, it appears, in this 2-3 zone. That was something Bethany did to Waynesburg the other night, a 1-3-1 trapping zone that gave him a bit of problems early on.
Best three-point shooter on this team is Thomas Ellis. In fact, he's best in the conference, and he has that he misses that one, but an offensive rebound for Waynesburg. Here's Luco driving, puts up a floater, it's good.
And Luco just continues on the offensive end here. Not an easy shot. Just taking his left hand, his guiding hand off the ball, and just putting up that floater. 7 for him.
Glad to have you along on the PAC Sports Network. The Waynesburg crowd comes alive here in the Carey Center. It's a 9-7 lead for the Yellow Jackets. Here's Ket through the paint. Kick it out to Howard. Now he'll drive. He's going to go left side right around Luco. Sneaks that one past Probst. And we're tied again at 9. And DP Harris wants a timeout. 15:09 to play in the first half. All square at 9. We're back in a moment here on the PAC Sports Network.
For nearly 150 years, Teal College has provided a high-quality liberal arts education with excellent career preparation to students across the country and world. If you're looking for the right combination of academic challenge, personal involvement, and exceptional value, then it's time to discover the Teal difference. To learn more about a Teal College education, visit www.teal.edu and follow us at Teal College. Join the conversation using the hashtag TealDifference.
You are watching live coverage of President's Athletic Conference basketball, the championship game, here on the PAC Sports Network. For all your full coverage, you can check out PACstream.net. Player interviews all season long. An errant pass there, and it's Ben Klimchuk who's checked in that takes it away.
Yeah, and it looked like Flegel tried to stop his pass just a bit too late, and it just landed in no man's land.
St. Vincent spreading out the scoring so far. Jalen Bell puts up a long 2 off the glass. No good. Thomas Ellis with the rebound. Casey Hope in the game. The former starting point guard who got injured last year, and now he's taken on a new role, and he's embraced that coming off the bench. That ball stolen away. Ellis falling to the ground, and Klimchak steals it. Now here's Jones quickly. Schwartout to Bell. Schwartout, he had himself a ball game on Thursday night. Sean Kett and him dominating the boards. Klimchak steps around Luco for 3. Count it. Byron Luco couldn't do anything. Klimchak with a fantastic move to get around him.
Yeah, that's what Klimchak does so well. 6th in the conference, 42% from behind the arc.
Ellis in the corner. Luco above the key, back to Ellis. 4-3 off the rim. Bell with the rebound. Pace picking up here a bit. Klimchak again. Another move around Luco. Now kick this one out to Jones. Pass to Kett. Wide open. Jalen Bell for 3. That one off the inside of the rim. Casey Hope takes away the rebound right before it went out of bounds.
Now Waynesburg fortunate there as Ellis has got room here.
Miscommunication there. Wide open. Jalen Bell couldn't get to him fast enough, and Schwartout was out of position.
And on the previous possession, Sean Kett drew Casey Hope off of Bell and allowed Bell to take a wide open 3. Waynesburg fortunately missed it, and then Ellis with that opening on the other end.
1-point ball game. Here's Sean Kett. He can't get it to fall. Schwartout tips away, and it's Casey Hope who gets the rebound. Waynesburg with a chance to take the lead. Floater from Luco off the rim. Here comes Kett. Kett, the big guy, trying to dribble it up the court. He's going to kick it to Jones in the corner. Jones drives baseline. Back out to Klimchak. Thought about the 3. Does a little shimmy shake. And he's fouled going to the basket.
And he's been really effective on that same move a couple of times already. So dangerous from behind the arc. He's been able to scoot around, get into the lane, and dish.
Timeout called on the court. We'll step aside. A 1-point ball game. 12:37 left in the first half. Back in a moment on the PAC Sports Network.
Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living is raising funds for renovation and new construction of the YWCA building on West Maiden Street in Washington. Triple is a membership organization of people with disabilities and their families, friends, and neighbors. Triple's vision is to embrace the Y's historic, uplifting character while creating a state-of-the-art, fully accessible community center. We are accepting various types of donations for the rehabilitation of the Y. Visit ywca.triple.com or call 724-223-5115 for more information.
Since 1961, McCracken Pharmacy has served their community in a uniquely personalized way with the goal to use the most innovative technologies in retail pharmacy. Patients and customers are served with medication synchronization programs, easy-to-use unit dose packaging, adult vaccination programs, and free delivery service. McCracken's 3 pharmacists and friendly, courteous, knowledgeable staff will take the time to sit and answer patients' medication questions. With all major insurances accepted, McCracken is also a preferred pharmacy in many Medicare plans. McCracken Pharmacy, a proud sponsor of Yellow Jackets basketball in the PAC.
Klimchak, an 85% free throw shooter, just makes the first one there. He's now at 4 points, and he makes them both. 14-11 the score, the biggest lead in the ball game so far.
And 5 points for Klimchak to lead the Bearcats. Luco with 7 in the early going. Tops for the Jackets to this point.
Place to Casey Hope, to DJ Ritchie in the corner for 3 off the rim. Austin Ford rips away the rebound, and Schwartout will slow things down. Gets across the timeline. No, he's going to turn it on, and he's fouled. Tim Plancidus was guarding him heavily.
And Schwartout really nimble on his feet there, able to make the move around Casey Hope, and right to the basket. If he would have taken it up, he'd be at the stripe.
Schwartout, a former baseball player, a 6'6" junior, and he's got some meat to him. And had a little agility there. Now a kick out to J.C. Howard for 3, tipped away by Schwartout to Klimchak.
And if you're Waynesburg, that's what you have to avoid. Can't give an offensive team like the Bearcats second chance opportunities.
J.C. Howard drives in. What a pass! A rocket shot across to Klimchak, nails it. Oh my goodness, that thing was shot out of a cannon to the opposite side of the court.
And Klimchak now the last 8 for the Bearcats, and if you leave him that wide open, he's deadly.
Oh, what an assist on the play. Casey Hope is fouled. Klimchak on him too tight.
Hope checking out. B.J. Durham back in. Swartz out. Checking out. And Sean Kett back in for the Bearcats.
Durham runs the point. He is the hero from that game where Waynesburg won with 4 seconds left. He hit the floater in the paint. Remember, Sean Kett gave the Bearcats the lead in that one with 11 seconds left from the free throw line. Plantinus to the hoop. Off the glass and good.
Plantinus averaging just less than 4.5 minutes a game, but getting some quality time here right now in the championship game.
Mark Christner keeping his team fresh, and a foul called on Kenny Clace. Mark Christner not happy about it. He wanted the tie-up in the jump ball, but the foul is called.
And the whole bench there getting into it, as is, it looks like Ben Klimchak as well on the sideline over there by the Waynesburg bench.
Well, you're excused on that one. Chris Klimchak, his brother, who's played for several years here at St. Vincent. He was a three-point shooter as well.
Easily confused there, the two brothers.
His sister played as well. The whole Klimchak family, great athletes here at St. Vincent. Howard drives, a sea of orange, kicks it out to Bell. Little move, and he one-handed slams it. Oh, my goodness.
And the athleticism is showing here on this St. Vincent team. Already 2 dunks in the first 10 minutes of this first half.
And this St. Vincent crowd doesn't get to see it as often anymore. Steiff and Turner gone. And a foul called underneath on Kett, and he's going to pick up his second. And this is something we didn't see in the semifinals. Kett played pretty cleanly, but now 2 fouls, and we're only halfway through this first half.
Yeah, that's big. Another thing to make note of, the first foul was him against Byram Luco. That one, him coming over the back of Kenny Clace. So it's not the big bangers on Waynesburg's squad who are getting these fouls called against Sean Kett.
Durham patiently setting up the offense. Plantinus at the elbow to Clace for 3 from the left wing. In and out. Rebounded by Bell.
And Tyler Miller underneath has had position once or twice in there on Ford, but Ford just so tall, so big, able to come up over top and either get the rebound or give his team a chance to pick it up.
Austin Ford at 6'7". Bell tries to pass it to Austin Ford. Tries to get a little too fancy, and Ford couldn't find the basketball.
It's a 12-11 contest now, 19-13, so a 7-2 spurt here from the Bearcats.
Flegel back in the game for the Yellow Jackets. Get it across the timeline, and B.J. Durham will set things up. St. Vincent really not pressing too much early on. Flegel, head fake. Now pass underneath the Clace, who's wide open. Hesitates just enough time to get Schwartz out and Dietert there. Durham avoids the travel, gives it to Miller for a long 2. Tyler Miller, the Beth Center graduate, the senior on the team.
And boy, right on the edge of Miller's range. I was a bit surprised to see him pump out and take it from there, but nothing but net. Big fella showing the range on that one.
Bell, guarded by Durham. Bell drives in. He puts up a floater off the back of the iron and rebounded by Tyler Miller. Here comes Waynesburg quickly. Flegel, now he'll slow it down. Leaves it off for DJ Ritchie to Clace again on the left wing.
Coach Christner barking out instructions from the sideline here as Waynesburg resets.
4-point lead for the Bearcats. Waynesburg trying to cut into it. Flegel to B.J. Durham. 10 on the shot clock. Flegel drives baseline, tied up with Howard, and a steal by Dietert, and gets it back up to J.C. Howard. Now to Schwartz out. To the corner. Dan Sinwell. Bell. Schwartz out. He'll hit the 3, and he does. Right on cue. Bobby Schwartz out. The guy who can bang bodies underneath hits a three-pointer, and it's now a 22-15 St. Vincent advantage.
A big shot there by Swartout. And this is something Waynesburg playing such pressure D. They've been leaving guys open behind the arc, and it's been killing them to this point. 3 trays so far by the Bearcats.
St. Vincent not a great three-point shooting team. But so far, it made it work. Flegel misses, and Swartout with the rebound. St. Vincent doing an excellent job on the boards in the early portion of this ball game. Swartout now going to drive in on Miller, and he walks. Got bumped and lost not possession, but control of the basketball a little bit. And by the time he came back down to the other foot, he traveled.
Yeah, just ran out of real estate there as 3 changes for the Jackets. Luco and Probst back in. Ellis as well.
D.P. Harris, head coach for St. Vincent. Very animated on the sidelines, letting the referees hear it.
Yeah, talking to the referee on the baseline about something, not quite sure what.
Waynesburg, a patient offense. Durham, a long-range 3. No good. Ellis saves it back to Durham. Fresh shot clock.
Yeah, right on cue there. Durham with a long 3, and now a steal.
Bell just rips it right into the hands of Probst. Bell going for it off the glass, too strong. Probst with a rebound and a foul call.
And what a sequence there. As Bell just too strong for Probst, too quick, able to just rip it off and head the other way.
Breaking the action, we'll take 1-2. 22-15, the largest lead of the ball game so far for the Bearcats here on the PAC Sports Network.
When you're seriously in debt, you know that feeling. It returns every time the phone rings. Things are out of control. A job you were counting on didn't come through, or you got sick. No matter how it got to this point, your creditors don't care or understand, but I do. It's not too late. I can help. If you're embarrassed, overwhelmed, or frustrated, don't be. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to help, and you do need help. Please call me. There is a way out, and I'll get you there.
Back inside the Carey Center, the cheerleaders of Waynesburg making the trip up, trying to get the crowd amped up. Plenty of St. Vincent students have now entered the Carey Center. Again, the Bearcat student population is on their spring break. A little early for spring break.
Still February here.
Whoa, very early. But some students sticking around. I know D.P. Harris was voicing his opinion to try to get the students to stay. And some have. Under 7 minutes to play in the first half. 22-15. Luco to Durham. Now to Luco again through the paint, off the glass, and through.
9 points now for Luco, and he's been so effective driving into the lane a couple times. That little right-handed floater, right-handed runner, he's got to go down.
Chris Dugan from the Observer Reporter had written a great article. And there's a big block there. And now Waynesburg coming with it. Chris Dugan had wrote a great article pre-gaming tonight's contest. And he had talked about what Byram Luco had done. And what a great contribution he was as Flegel hits one from the baseline. A surprise scorer for the Jackets in the semifinals, and he really turned it on when it mattered. And right now, he's up to matching that. Only averages about 5 points a game. He's got 9, and still 6 minutes to go.
And this is a big little spurt here from Waynesburg. Even just a 4-0 run like this, the second thing Coach Christner talked about being so important for them was to be able to handle those big surges by the Bearcats.
D.P. Harris calls a full timeout. Back in a moment here on the PAC Sports Network. St. Vincent leading 22-19.
We're here at Sport Clips, the new just for guys haircutting place, to see what the buzz is about. How was it?
Nice cut, nice price, professional stylist. Doesn't get any better than this.
There's sports on TV at every chair.
I got an awesome haircut, steam towel treatment, neck and shoulder massage. I went all the way!
What are you waiting for? Sport Clips is now in your neighborhood. At Sport Clips, guys win.
With 2 locations in Washington County, at the McMurray Shops in Peters Township and at Trinity Point in Washington.
So who do you think you are? Walk through these gates and you'll find out. It'll take, 4 years. 4 years of rigorous academics, of grand tradition, citizenship, of making friends for life, and let's not forget, having fun. While you're doing all this, we have a job too, to ensure your success. And make no mistake, we're good at it. Welcome to Bethany, a small college of national distinction.
Timeout over. St. Vincent with possession. J.C. Howard, long two, top of the key, off the back of the rim. Casey Hope can't get the rebound. Somebody had poked that away. I believe it was Ket.
Yeah, it was Ket going up. Just able to get a fingertip on it, but it was enough.
Klimchuk banging bodies now with Ellis. A three-pointer from Pat Jones from the corner.
A big shot there from Jones just when Waynesburg goes on a little 4-0 spurt. He answers with a three.
Pat Jones now with 5 points in the game. Probst dribbling around, tries to get past Ket, and he can't. Rebounded by Corey Scholes, a freshman who's checked in.
And that's great defense by Ket there, playing with 2 fouls. You don't want to pick up a third at the end of the first half here. And he really defended Probst well there. Nowhere for the senior to go.
That's the dangerous thing. We know how good Jason Probst is. And a 5-second call on St. Vincent. Howard get rid of the basketball.
Yeah, great defense there by Hope. And no argument from Howard there. He knew it. And he just turned around and flipped the ball to the referee.
Casey Hope slowly across the timeline. 4.5 to play in the first half. Probst. Little mismatch here on J.C. Howard. He's triple teamed, leaves it for Luco, who floats one through. Luco now in double digits in scoring. He has 11.
Nice little dish there from Probst, but again, Luco, that little runner in the lane, got it.
4-point game in favor of the Bearcats. Ellis tips it away. Tries to buy a call, but he can't get it.
Now Kenny Clace back into the game. Austin Ford back in as well. And here comes Tyler Miller too. So a couple of changes for the Jackets and one for the Bearcats.
Klimchuk, a great ball handler. Oh, and it looked like he may have been fouled there. Nothing called. Luco comes away with the basketball. A two put up by Flegel just grazes the rim. Byron Luco with an offensive rebound and the putback. What a game Byron Luco is having. The track standout for the Yellow Jackets, but here he is now with 13 points.
And he got the student section for the Jackets up on the other side.
Sean Ket, who's been quiet, kicks it to Klimchuk, and he is fouled this time. They call that one. I think Casey Hope had gotten away with one on the last possession.
I think you're right, Nate. It's a lot of body at least, whether or not it was a foul, and that time he got caught, and Klimchuk will exit. Jalen Bell back in. 5 fouls for each team to this point.
And a 30-second timeout called by Mark Christner. 25-23, St. Vincent still with a 2-point lead. Back in a moment with 3:29 to go in the first half here on the PAC Sports Network.
When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
To action. J.C. Howard to the corner to Bell. Bell drives baseline. Euro steps through but can't get it to go. Just grazes the front of the rim. Tyler Miller with the rebound.
Luka, excuse me, now you just missed Miller open underneath.
Durham at the volleyball line. It's a little hand defense there from J.C. Howard. He finds the screen, the floater from the foul line just rolls in. It hit the back of the rim, but it had it low enough to kiss off the glass and roll through.
Those aren't the types of rolls you're supposed to get on a visiting court there, as somehow it fell down in.
Tie basketball game. 2.5 to go. First half. Jones from the elbow. That one can't go. St. Vincent has gone cold here.
And again, that was what Coach Christner talked about, being able to weather those storms, those surges by the Bearcats, especially on their home court. And the Jackets have done that. We're back tied.
10-2 run for the Yellow Jackets now. Luco drives up against Kett and gets some more points. 15 for Byron Luco.
And not only that, but the second time he's taken it right at Sean Kett and got points, and Kett didn't want to pick up that third foul. He couldn't stop Luco.
Yeah, that's what happens, is that Kett can't play as aggressively anymore. Well, that time he does. Offensive rebound and the putback. Close to over the back call, but it isn't. So Kett gets his first field goal of the basketball game. Now here's Tyler Miller, rolls out. Now that's the roll you're supposed to get when you're the visiting team.
And it happened there. Seemed to catch every part of the rim.
Kett. Bell, back to Kett. Waynesburg student section coming alive. Into the corner for J.C. Howard for three. Off the rim. Tyler Miller gets away with a push-off there of Austin Ford, and Kenny Clace grabs the loose ball.
Yeah, that one pinballed all around underneath the basket, and also looked like it went off the shin of Clace. So fortunate for the Jackets, no kick ball.
Oh, sorry, Dave.
No, go right ahead. I was just going to say I have the basketball.
Under a minute to play. Tied at 27, Kenny Clace. And he gives Waynesburg the lead.
And another Yellow Jacket on the score sheet. That's 7 in the first half. 6 Bearcats on the stat sheet. So there's that balance we were talking about for both teams.
Luco, though, with 15 of 29 points for Waynesburg. Austin Ford puts up a 10-foot jump shot to tie the ball game back up at 29. This will be the final possession. Shot clock is off. Durham with some fancy footwork. 2 seconds on the clock, and that one will be airballed. And that is the end of the first half. We've gotten nowhere. Started tied, we end the first half tied. This one will absolutely come down to the second half. 29-29, and stay tuned for our Tri-County Patriots of Independent Living halftime show. Our buddy Kevin Fenstermacher from the PAC will be coming up to join us for a live interview. Again, our Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living halftime show with Assistant Commissioner Kevin Fenstermacher in a minute here on the PAC Sports Network.
For over 2 decades, the Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living organization, known as Triple, has been diligently working to deliver their mission serving people with disabilities in Washington, Fayette, and Greene counties. Accomplishing their mission and goals, affirming liberty and justice for all people with disabilities, takes an organization of persons dedicated to delivering consumer-focused services to the area. The facility expansion into the YWCA building, located on West Maiden Street in Washington, brings a heightened energy for Triple. Having outgrown the current Triple facility, the renovation of the historic YWCA building provides Triple with the opportunity to expand their services to the local residents for public use, while restoring a treasured local landmark building. While preserving the historic interior design integrity of the YWCA building, the importance of this expansion will truly have an impact on the services that Triple can provide to not only their members, but to the community as well. The expanded facility will feature an internet cafe providing free online access, a rehabilitation gymnasium providing increased exercise facilities and sports offerings, a wellness center, auditorium, and staging area for the special events use within the community, meetings and multi-purpose rooms, in addition to expanded administrative offices. Triple has limited sources of financing generally only available for programs and not for capital improvements. Consequently, Triple needs funding dedicated to the rehabilitation of the YWCA and needs your help. We enter into this new and expanded phase of service offerings with a strong commitment to aggressively continue our mission. We thank our local donors and ask for you to consider joining with us in our quest to meet and exceed the demands for the important services provided by Triple. Donations can be made to Triple at this address. For further information on ways you can help, please visit our website, triple.com, or call 724-223-5115.
Welcome back to halftime, presented by Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living. Nate Rigotti, Dave Floyd, joined by the Assistant Commissioner to the President's Athletic Conference, Kevin Fenstermacher. Kevin, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure, as always, as always.
I know.
Before we get started,
Right,
I want to thank you guys. Our relationship is fantastic, and what you do for the student athletes, you're giving them a platform that we haven't had before. So, gentlemen, thank you very much. And Randy, you know, I know you're a ringleader. I have a ringleader in Mr. Onderco. You have a ringleader in Randy. So thank you to you guys.
Well, thank you for letting us do this. Yes, we have to say thank you to Randy. Randy couldn't be with us tonight. Randy Gore takes care of us big time. He's the one who really puts this show on, and he's got some high school basketball to cover tonight down at the Peterson Event Center.
I know he's keeping track of what we're doing. I know he's watching.
He's already texting me. So, Kevin, thanks so much again for joining us. You have to be excited as a conference of what has gone on with men's basketball and where it has progressed to. We were talking, there were 4 games, and they combined a halftime lead of 7 points. You guys have to be ecstatic.
You've been around this conference for a while. I've been around this conference as an undergrad at Bethany and working at Teal, and I've seen this conference really just kind of. I've seen the swings in the teams. You're now seeing. I mean, this Waynesburg team out here. I look back to a 2004, 5, 6 Steve Lamey Grove City team. I mean, they are very strong young men, and they play basketball a different way than a lot of other teams do in the conference. But I think we're a pretty balanced league. You saw that from, last year, Geneva getting Bethany in that opening round. You're seeing some teams really turn the corner. And I don't vote on the preseason poll, but you know what? If I did have a vote, I might look at Geneva really, really hard next year going into it, because I think they have a fantastic coach. I think they've got some players coming back who are going to be really good. A lot of interest in PAC basketball.
Yeah, we know how good Thomas More is athletically, but in men's basketball at least, it's a different story where it's a little bit more even. So you guys have to be a little excited about that too.
Yes, we certainly embrace the success that Thomas More women are having. Who can't? I mean, we're talking about the consensus #1 team in the country who just won their 9th straight title. Congratulations to Thomas More women, anyway. But I think the men's basketball, this championship tournament, like you had said, these games are so close. These teams, in relation to geography, they're so close. The rivalries have always been there. I think this is a really compelling rivalry, especially going back to their NAIA days. It's a really, really, really cool year for PAC men's basketball.
Yeah, 125 meetings between these two teams.
Well, Dave's with us.
Dave's whispering.
I don't know what happened. It was working before. Yeah,
there we go.
Did you have me now?
Yeah, there you are. Okay.
I was just going to mention, you mentioned those NAIA days, and 125 meetings. I think they're within 5 games of one another, so they've had a lot of close ones. But,
sure.
I mean, your thoughts on the first half of this one to this point?
I really, really enjoy I enjoy the tempo that both teams play at. I guess if you catch me on one day, I'm going to like one team's tempo, another day another. I think Waynesburg really, down with the Grove City game, that was a great game to watch for me because I watched Grove City throw Waynesburg something that they probably had not seen all year long. Coach Lamy at Grove City really took the air out of the basketball and just played some different offensive sets that made Waynesburg work a little bit, and they did. And they showed that in the end they were the better team. I think the St. Vincent kind of tempo is the tempo that I'm used to after working at Teal for so long. You see the grind it out, let's get it inside, score in the paint. You've got some guys who can hit the deep three. So I think it's a great matchup because I think philosophically these coaches are really different.
This St. Vincent team only tournament eligible for 5 years now. So talk about what it's been like to add St. Vincent to the conference.
Let me throw one at you. Who was the last team to win? I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but who was the last team to win 3 straight PAC men's titles?
That would be W&J, 1992 to 1995.
Somehow I knew you were going to have that, buddy. Well, I think, like I said before, it's these regional rivalries who I think, just with the St. Vincent, Geneva editions, Westminster, and I know it's a while ago, but Westminster hasn't been in the PAC all that long. I think it's really cool because it's just not the heated rivalries that you hear about so often. I think there is a really, really respectful rivalry between our schools, which is really cool for me. I'm a big advocate in sportsmanship, and I think we've seen sportsmanship throughout today's game and throughout this year in the conference. But I'm really excited about the addition. And I mean, you were around for football. You saw Case and Carnegie Mellon come in as affiliate members. I think that's kind of the way that we're going. We have some teams who really respect one another, and that's a cool thing for a conference office.
Are there future goals for the conference of where you guys want to expand?
Yes, survive tonight. Our commissioner is on his way home from Kentucky right now, and we've had a pretty interesting week. But what we want to add, we had our first, we'll call it our official indoor track and field championships over at Youngstown State on Thursday. We had some unofficial events in the past couple of years, but this one counts towards our all sports trophy standings. That's an event that we can't have anywhere else other than that specific location. It fits everybody's, it fits the time frame that we have to get people in there and out of. So I think that's, if I had to pick one, our 60th anniversary is really, really going well. I mean, I think all of the recognition that we can bring to some of our past student athletes has been fantastic. So I know you guys probably have to get going here.
No, we got time.
Cool.
What's the feedback been like for the 60th anniversary honoring these guys?
It has been really, really good. I mean, and I'm continuing to knock on wood until we get our last team released. I think the part that's excited me the most is how much that the past membership has bought in. Schools like Allegheny, schools like Wayne State, John Carroll. This is a lot of work to put this information together, and it's just not me sitting in a room putting it all together. I mean, the sports information directors, the athletic directors, I mean, we have institutional archivists who are putting this stuff together. So it's a really major endeavor to do it, but there are schools who are using this too. Like you had said, they're reaching out to their alumni who are being recognized on this team, telling them, we know you're out there. So it's really cool, and I think the notes and the kind words that Joe and I have received from alumni, from institutional people, from presidents to VPs to coaches who have been around for a long time. I think it's been really, really cool.
And Kevin, to put you on the spot
a little
here, as we got, we're toward the end of the winter sports season here. We got spring coming up. Any big headlines you guys are looking for as we get the spring season just about ready to roll?
Well, you can put me on the spot. This isn't official, but I know that my boss said it on the air last night, so I'm thinking I can go ahead and say it tonight. We're really excited. You guys are familiar with our friends down at Washington and Jefferson College and their baseball facility and how great it is to call games from down there. Well, we're really expecting that W&J is going to get the bid to host the Mideast Regional Championship this year.
Wow.
So we're really excited about that. that's going to be something where a lot of different people have to pull together to make that happen. But I think as a conference, like I said, there's a mutual respect among our coaches, our administrators, our student athletes, and I think that's the part where we'll get a lot of people to chip in for this sucker, and it'll be a good one. I think that's probably what's exciting me the most. I mean, we've got this Ohio River Lacrosse Conference, and we're rolling with that right now. We've had games today. So I think that's something else that, that Joe, he does so much, and it's so behind the scenes that it's so hard to just kind of get your head around what goes into what it is that a conference administrator does. But man, that guy's one of the best ones out there. So he put together this lacrosse conference with the Heartland Conference, and I think it's just going to be fantastic. It gives our kids the chance at an automatic bid in a couple of years. And I mean, lacrosse is growing. People don't want to say it. People don't want to look at it in the eye, but it's growing, and it's becoming one of those Pittsburgh sports that people are starting to just get familiar with. So I think it's really good for the PAC.
Are you hoping eventually it'll be a PAC?
Yeah, I think down the road it's just a matter of getting to that magic number of 7 to get the automatic bid. I think we're getting close. I think on the women's side we're a little bit closer than on the men's side, but we're really comfortable with our friends in the Heartland. And I think until we get to the point where we do kind of separate and pull the PAC out for its own lacrosse championship, we're content with the Heartland, no doubt.
Well, you guys are going to need to add some more staff here down the road. My goodness.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm putting in men's tennis results right now while I was down there.
I saw you working away. Hey, I know how hard you guys work, and it's always greatly appreciated. I was talking to some referees earlier this week, and they said, wow, I just love the website. And I know that you're a lot of the Twitter guy, you're the website guy, you take care of a lot of that stuff. So, I mean, you work really hard at that. So we want to thank you because that makes our job easier as broadcasters.
Much easier.
Well, I think, it's really, at the end of the day, and I think everybody recognizes it's about these kids. And if we're giving them the best experience that we can, then we're doing what we need to do. All right, boys.
Kevin Fenstermacher, the Assistant Commissioner to the PAC. Thank you very much for the time, Kevin. We'll be back in a moment. Tip-off, second half coming up. We got a tie game. Stay tuned.
It begins here on a beautiful campus in southwestern Pennsylvania. At Waynesburg University, students become leaders in education, in business, in government, and science. They learn to tackle real-world issues with innovation and purpose, and are prepared for these roles within a community that fosters spiritual growth. Waynesburg University, a tradition of faith since 1849.
Inside the Carey Center set for second half action. All tied up at 29-29, right where we started from. Looking at your leading scorers in the first half, Byram Luco exploded for Waynesburg with 15 points, over half of the Jackets scoring in the first half.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the balance, but you mentioned it. It's been a whole lot of Byram Luco. They have lots of others on the stat sheet as well, but boy, has he been big.
Waynesburg out rebounding St. Vincent in the first half, 19-13. And the Jackets shooting better too at 46% from the field.
And one thing that's been big for St. Vincent has been those three-pointers, as they've had 4 of them, just 1 for the Jackets.
Wide open, Kenny Clace through the lane. A fantastic play there by Waynesburg. Pulled everybody out and left Kenny Clace cutting through the middle.
And that's exactly what you want on the first possession of the second half. You're able to draw it up in the room, and you're able to bring it out and execute.
Sean Kett, who's been quiet, spins through the paint, knocks a guy down. He misses anyway. Flegel went down to his behind. Kett with just 3 points in the first half.
Yeah, plenty of contact there on the shot and on the rebound. Referees let it go. I think rightfully so.
Durham to the corner to Flegel for 3. Off the rim, Bell with a rebound. Jones to J.C. Howard. Again, our thanks to Kevin Fenstermacher, the Assistant Commissioner of the PAC, for our halftime interview. J.C. Howard for 3, no good. It hits the shot clock. That is out of bounds. Turnover.
And it looks like St. Vincent's going to come out A bit of passive three-quarter court pressure here.
B.J. Durham. St. Vincent staying in the 2-3 zone. Flegel, he goes strong to the board. No good. Dietert with a rebound. Didn't see too much of Dietert in the latter portion of that first half. He's a starter, but he was held on the bench.
And that was the case, I believe, not a ton of minutes in the semifinals as well, but Coach Harris happy with what he's seen from the freshman, though, as talked to him earlier today.
Kett just gets the ball away. Bell for three off the glass. Dietert, offensive rebound, put back. He's blocked by Flegel. Flegel with a fantastic block. Waynesburg in transition. Here's Luco. He's fouled. Count it. And one.
And I just can't believe Luco able to get all the way to the rim with where he started from those long strides, and he is able to connect again.
And this will be Waynesburg's first trip to the foul line in this game. (33-29) Waynesburg, as Luco misses the and one.
17 now for Byram Luco as he's got his first deuce of the second half.
St. Vincent looking for its first points of the second half. Here's Kett in the paint on Flegel. He gets it to go.
And nice job by Kett, just using his body there, able to provide a little bump, give himself just enough separation.
Now, St. Vincent likes to pick up the tempo. In that quarterfinal game, when they were down by 3 to Westminster at halftime, Bearcats came out in a 9-0 spurt. Now, here's Luco again to the glass. That one doesn't go, and it's hauled in by Dietert. But right now, St. Vincent being out-hustled by the Yellow Jackets early on here in the second half. Jones, shimmy shake through the paint, underneath to Kett. Kett is blocked by Flegel and a foul called. That one came in just a tad late.
Yeah, and from the referee on the far sidelines behind the play, maybe fortunate for the Jackets depending on how this ends up, because it looked like Kett may have been able to get his own rebound and put it back up.
Nobody really in foul trouble. That's Flegel's second. Kett at the free throw line. First one is no good. Kett was 1 for 2 in the first half.
Yeah, this is odd for him. Just a short sample size, of course, but shooting over 81%.
Second one is good, however. 6 points for Sean Kett, a 1-point game. Luco using that speed, leaves it off for Durham. Now he drives in again, looks underneath to Flegel, and Flegel just outbeat Pat Jones on that one. Great positioning by Jacob Flegel.
And he took the words right out of my mouth, Nate, as he's just able to seal him off, and Luco in the lane able to find him.
35-32. 16 and a half on the board. Bell drives, has to come back out. Great defense here by Flegel. Bounce pass to Dietert. Dietert has nowhere to go. A hook shot falls, and Waynesburg fans wanted the travel call. It was not blown, and DP Harris takes a timeout. 35-34 Waynesburg, 6:14 to play. Back in a moment on the PAC Sports Network.
Gunther, and I'm a nursing student here at Thomas More College. Everybody knows each other. You can't go 10 feet down the hallway without saying hi to probably 3 people that you know from either a classroom or a sport or from meeting from one of the clubs or organizations here on campus, because we have so many of them. They want to show you what college is going to be like. You're a student and you're going to behave like a professional in your environment, because that's what they're training you to be. Thomas More College is preparing me for success as a nurse.
I want to thank all of our loyal listeners at PACstream.net. Glad to have you along. This one, an exciting one. No one has led by more than 8. Of course, you can follow the PAC Sports Network on Twitter at PAC Sports, and Jason Probst loses the basketball.
Yeah, that was Pat Jones, the junior, coming in, poking it away. Heads up play as Probst brought it down to his hip.
Talk about what Pat Jones has done. A guy who used to have those red curly flowing locks. They called him Napoleon Dynamite on the team, and no longer is that guy. He's really stepped up his game this year. Tip in doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Ellis.
Yeah, top 10 in the league in so many categories, including pretty much everything that involves shooting when you got points, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and three-point percentage. So he could shoot the ball pretty well.
A guy who a year ago just had 4 starts and averaged under 5 points a game. Try to leave it for Probst, and it's tipped away. Strongly up the court. Jones leaves it for Kett. Kett gonna drive in, tries to take over, forces one up, gets his own rebound, goes back and one. Probst got him on the arm.
The Waynesburg bench wanted to travel again as they thought it was a couple short steps there by Kett in the lane, but he gets the basket and a foul, and a big one here as they retake the lead to the Bearcats.
Kett trying to take over a bit, I think. The senior leader, everyone looks up to him on this team. Talking to Mark Christner about the experience that St. Vincent has being in this game. Remember, this is the first time that Mark Christner has led a team to the finals in the PAC tournament, and D.P. Harris is here for the 3rd straight year. And he said, well, you know, they've lost a lot of guys. This is not the same team. A lot of young guys. They don't have a ton of seniors, and he's right.
Yeah, at the same time, you know, that junior class, 6 or 7 guys deep, that's all they know is winning that PAC title. I'm sure they don't want that feeling to change here in 2015.
St. Vincent lost the PAC Player of the Year from a season ago to graduation. Here's Clace, rebounded by Miller. The putback around Schwartout doesn't go. And here's Kett quickly. Sean Kett, 6'6", flying up the court.
And Miller, second time he's had a tough luck bounce underneath the hoop. Couldn't get that one to fall.
2-point lead for the Bearcats. Was a deficit just a moment ago. Bell loses the basketball. Plain out lost possession, and Tim Planson has poked it away. Bell tried to swat it away. That one doesn't work. Clace held on to it, but there's a block. Bell fighting for it, and a charge called. That's a foul. He had tried to poke the basketball away. Very agile. Tried to go up over top of Durham, and instead he gets called with a foul. And now D.P. Harris halfway out on the court to call timeout. We'll step aside too. 37-35 Bearcats. Under 14 to go in ball game here on the PAC Sports Network.
Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living is raising funds for renovation and new construction of the YWCA building on West Maiden Street in Washington. Triple is a membership organization of people with disabilities and their families, friends, and neighbors. Triple's vision is to embrace the Y's historic, uplifting character while creating a state-of-the-art, fully accessible community center. We are accepting various types of donations for the rehabilitation of the Y. Visit ywca.triple.com or call 724-223-5115 for more information.
I believe that foul will be called on Jalen Bell. A non-shooting foul, obviously. Just the first one against St. Vincent in the half. Mark Christner trying to be the first coach since Rudy Marisa back in 87-88 to beat St. Vincent twice in the same season. And Dave, we were talking with Kevin at halftime about the history of this matchup going back to the NAIA days.
Yeah, we certainly were. This is the 126th meeting between the two teams, so they've played a good bit dating back, that is, all the way to the 20s.
Waynesburg with 2-win advantage in the all-time series. Kett forces one up, doesn't get it to go. It has been a battle underneath, and it's Kenny Clace who grabs the loose ball. It has not been easy. On the blocks, here's Casey Hope. Great move, and the ball rolls through. Oh, my.
What a finish by Casey Hope, and you can see the passion after he hit that one with a big fist pump, and certainly got the crowd across the way up.
Casey Hope, a native of not too far away from here in Greensburg. Went to Greensburg-Salem High School, and he nails the and one, the old-fashioned three-point play.
And a couple of Greensburg natives with Hope and Klimchak as well, Dan Sinwell. Those two Greensburg Central Catholic grads.
Klimchuk will just put up a long three in the face of Byron Luco, and he nails it. Advantage, St. Vincent.
And you said it, not shy. Klimchuk from behind the arc, and boy, that one was well behind that three-point arc.
Clace dribbles baseline. He's blocked by Kett, but gets the ball back, but then Kett steals it away. Sean Kett trying to take over for this St. Vincent team. He's fouled, and he makes it. And the St. Vincent fans have come alive here inside the Carey Center. Sean Kett, who had just 3 points in the first half, now is in double digits. And a timeout called by Mark Christner. 42-38, St. Vincent rolling. Back in a moment on the PAC Sports Network.
My name is Rick Dorman, and I work in higher education. Parents ask me which colleges they should consider for their children. I know they're looking for an advantage. Like merit scholarships, which could total $80,000. Opportunity for student involvement, or even dedicated personal faculty. And as president of Westminster College, I can assure them that their child will gain that here. So if you want an advantage, consider Westminster.
I'm proud to be a president because I've been taught to be a leader, not just through what I say, but through what I do. Hi, I'm Zach, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Becca, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Nate, and I'm a sophomore. I really like W&J and decided to come here because they offered me a great balance between academics and athletics, and both are very important to me, and that's something that's tough to find.
I know W&J is going to give me a great foundation.
W&J has given me a start, and with that start, I can go anywhere.
My apologies, D.P. Harris was charged for that timeout. They were both asking for it, but the referee saw D.P. Harris first, so that one goes against St. Vincent. Waynesburg still with 4 timeouts remaining. St. Vincent with just 3. Kett can't get the end, 1 shot to go, just bounced out. There's Tyler Miller to rip it away from the rim.
And I didn't see who it was. One of the St. Vincent players knifed in there and tried to get the offensive rebound. Would have had it if it didn't hit the rim one more time.
Hope, top of the key, has the ball poked away by Klimchuk, and he's called for a foul. The game's starting to be called a little bit tighter here, Dave.
Yeah, it's certainly been physical throughout. There's no doubt about that. But we've had a few recently here that probably trying to keep this one under control.
Still a 4-point lead for St. Vincent. DJ Ritchie, left side to Kenny Clace. Back to Ritchie. Head fake, stops, gives it to Hope. Now to Flegel. Flegel along the baseline, in the corner, back out to Hope. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Clace with a floater. That's no good, and a rebound ripped away by Pat Jones just before he went out of bounds. Great job by Jones to get rid of the basketball.
Yeah, Clace was right in there trying to get his own offensive rebound, but Jones just knifed in there and made the play.
J.C. Howard drives, and Casey Hope ties up the basketball. He's called for a foul, and he's a little disappointed. Great defense there, I thought, by Casey Hope. Had his hands all through the basketball, but they say he got a piece of the hand.
Yeah, he couldn't believe that one. Slammed the ball down a bit to himself in frustration.
They say that's a shooting foul as well, so that puts J.C. Howard on the line. First shot up and good by J.C. Howard. Howard, an 80% free throw shooter on the season.
And just another one of the great foul shooters on this team, 7th in the PAC.
And his second opportunity is up and good as well. 4 points on the evening for J.C. Howard. It's a 44-38 Bearcat advantage. And St. Vincent now with full court press. Flegel easily gets it across the timeline. On the line is the 2015 championship. Waynesburg trying to grab their first PAC championship since '96 is DJ Ritchie for 3 off the rim. Offensive rebound, Casey Hope gets it. He's knocked down after the fact, but he makes it. Klimchuk ran into him. He went down to the hardwood. Doesn't matter. He nails it.
And Casey Hope, a big second half to this point, and one opportunity earlier, and then the 3 ball there. He's got 6 here in this second half.
Back to a 3-point basketball game. 11 minutes remaining. Championship on the line. Howard for three, off the rim. There's Kett for the rebound and the putback. It doesn't go, and Kett couldn't get back to the basketball. But there's two Waynesburg guys fighting for the rebound, and they knock it out and give possession to the Bearcats.
And first thing there, surprised Kett unable to finish at the rim. Second thing, I was surprised there wasn't a foul call, a bit of contact, and I think that's what head coach T.P. Harris wanted, but St. Vincent gets the ball back nonetheless.
That one designed for Klimchak to take the three, but Kenny Clace with tremendous defense to not allow him to be open. Now here's Pat Jones from the elbow. Count it. 7 for Pat Jones. A 5-point lead, and now a foul will be called on Ben Klimchak, trying to steal the basketball away. And right now, St. Vincent has to keep its composure, trying to be too aggressive, I believe.
And I've got to imagine those two have probably tangled before at some point in the Greensburg area.
I will tell you that the Lions do not like the Centurions. Casey Hope gets past 3 defenders. Leave it for Probst, going to the basket. He's fouled by Austin Ford. Oh, that would have been a highlight if Probst could have hit that. But Probst can't because Ford's in the way.
I couldn't tell if he was going for that two-handed slam there. He had a running start. I think he adjusted right at the end, but he'll at least get the 2 free throws out of it.
His eyes were fixed on the basket. There was no stopping him from getting a shot off as he makes the first one. Probst, and I have that as his very first point. And it is. He averages 11 a game, but he just makes his first 2 in the score sheet.
Yeah, leading scorer on this team tonight, that's been Byram Luca.
Still a 3-point game in favor of the Bearcats. Bell. Probst got a little hand on the ball. Bell gets away with it, goes through the paint, and a blocking foul call. That one will be charged against Flegel.
And they say Flegel came down with the arms. That's the motion from the referee. He can't believe it, but Bell's going to be at the line regardless.
The 3rd foul called on Jacob Flegel, the most anybody on the Waynesburg side. That puts Bell at the line. First one good by Jalen Bell. Just 58% at the free throw line this year.
And the only starter on this team really below 75%.
Something St. Vincent has excelled at. Or the shots at the charity stripe, and that one rims out. 4-point lead. Ten minutes remaining in the basketball game. Ellis drives, and a great job there by Austin Ford. Goes straight up, plants his feet, no foul call. Now Bell trying to make something happen. It's Howard driving in, over top of Flegel, off the glass, Kett for the putback and through. And now D.P. Harris wants another full timeout. He likes to do it. 49-43 Bearcats, under 10 to go in the PAC Men's Basketball Championship.
Since 1961, McCracken Pharmacy has served their community in a uniquely personalized way with the goal to use the most innovative technologies in retail pharmacy. Patients and customers are served with medication synchronization programs, easy-to-use unit dose packaging, adult vaccination programs, and free delivery service. McCracken's 3 pharmacists and friendly, courteous, knowledgeable staff will take the time to sit and answer patients' medication questions. With all major insurances accepted, McCracken is also a preferred pharmacy in many Medicare plans. McCracken Pharmacy, a proud sponsor of Yellow Jackets basketball in the PAC.
We're here at Sport Clips, the new just for guys haircutting place, to see what the buzz is about. How was it?
Nice cut, nice price, professional stylist. Doesn't get any better than this.
There's sports on TV at every chair.
I got an awesome haircut, steam towel treatment, neck and shoulder massage. I went all the way!
What are you waiting for? Sport Clips is now in your neighborhood. At Sport Clips, guys win.
With 2 locations in Washington County, at the McMurray Shops in Peters Township and at Trinity Point in Washington.
49-43 the score. St. Vincent looking to become the first team to win 3 straight President's Athletic Conference championships since W&J did it in the early 90s. The Presidents won 4 in a row, 92-95. Full court pressure from the Bearcats. Flegel will break it easily. Waynesburg has to keep its composure here. Probst hands it off to Durham for 3. Yeah, baby, B.J. Durham.
And what a big shot from the junior that is. He hasn't had a great night offensively, but that one was deep and he nailed it.
Nothing but net for B.J. Durham. A 38% shooter from beyond the arc. 3-point lead again. Cross-court pass. It ends up in the hands of Jones. Underneath, Kett on Probst. Doesn't get it to go, but there's Bell for the tip-in. That falls out, and Kett is fouled.
Thomas Ellis trying to tie up Kett when Kett brought it down, but he grabbed the forearm instead of the ball, and foul call.
And a timeout called. 3-point ball game, 8:46 to go. We're back in a moment on the PAC Sports Network.
Co-ed, Chatham University offers over 40 majors in the health sciences, sustainability, business, and the arts and sciences. Qualified undergraduates can also be admitted into our integrated undergraduate and graduate programs in physical and occupational therapy, physician assistant studies, and more. Live on our historic Shadyside campus or our Eden Hall campus, the first in the world built for the study of sustainability. Strong academics, Division III men's and women's sports, one-of-a-kind campus locations. Chatham.edu.
Sean Kett at the free throw line. First one up and good.
And Kett has missed 3 free throws today.
Turning it on when it matters. Hits them both, as you said, David. Nate Rigotti, Dave Floyd, our crew, Buddy McKay, and Shelby Tabrowski. Glad to have you along. PAC Sports Network. It's been a fantastic, tremendous basketball season with our games of the week, and we're winding down here with the men's championship. The Thomas More women have already clinched a berth in the NCAA tournament with a big win over St. Vincent women this evening in Crestview Hills. Thomas Ellis is hacked. No, a jump ball. No foul call. Schwartout and Jones get all ball on Ellis. And Ellis talks to the referee like, you got to be kidding me, man.
And head coach Mark Christner saying the same thing in the ears of a couple referees.
Mark Christner, animated. You usually see D.P. Harris running out on the court. There's Mark Christner. A couple of great coaches. 51-46. And that arrow obviously favored the Bearcats. Kett cross-court pass, Howard quickly to Jones. Right side to Bell. Bell driving in, 7 on the shot clock, and he's tied up by Jason Probst, and he swats him away after the fact.
Big time block there from Probst, leads this team in blocks, and like I said, that was a big one there.
Durham. Probst driving in on Schwartout, has to get rid of it off the fingertips of Kett and into the hands of J.C. Howard. Up the floor to Kett, to the corner to Jones. Top of the key, Howard. Nowhere to go, gives it to Bell. Bell driving in, jump stop. Pat Jones for 3, nothing but net. And all of a sudden, St. Vincent is out to an 8-point lead. 7.5 minutes to play. Back in a moment on the PAC Sports Network.
Whether you're a traditional college-bound student, busy adult, or an advanced degree seeker, Geneva College offers degree programs tailored to your professional goals and personal commitments. Online or on campus, you'll enjoy personalized attention and a supportive Christian community of inspiring scholarship. Complete your degree in business, engineering, education, counseling, or one of 50 other programs. Geneva College. Step forward, leap ahead. Head to geneva.edu to get started.
Faith and freedom are far-reaching matters for us. The freedom to pursue a calling in life and the faith that it will make a big difference. The freedom to use the value of an education to pay it forward and a Christian faith to make it count. At Grove City College, faith and freedom create opportunities. And that's why faith and freedom matter.
Even when the game goes final, you can visit PACstream.net for archived broadcasts, blog articles on PAC athletes, player of the game interviews. Remember, you can also like the PAC Sports Network on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at PAC Sports. Men's championship game. A title on the line. St. Vincent matching its biggest lead so far at 8 points.
And Waynesburg head coach Mark Christner talked about how important his team's poise would be in this one. We'll see if they can respond to this run by the Bearcats.
BJ Durham's three is off the mark. J.C. Howard slowing things down for the Bearcats. Under 7 to play. Schwartout, the big guy, 4-3 off the rim. Kett there for the rebound, and a foul is going to be called on Sean Kett.
Yeah, big time job there by Tim Plancenis, able to box Kett out. And that's the only option Kett had, was to go over his back, and he did it.
No pressure from St. Vincent on the inbound. The whole tournament has gone chalk. Waynesburg with wins in the quarterfinals over Grove City, and in the semis over Bethany. St. Vincent beating Westminster in the quarters and beating Thomas More on Thursday night in the semifinals here on the PAC Sports Network. Top 2 teams remaining. St. Vincent has been the #1 team all season long. Just 2 conference losses. 1 to Bethany and 1 to Waynesburg. Ritchie to Miller inside. Kick it out to Casey Hope for 3. In and out, and a Kett rebound.
A couple three-point opportunities there for the Yellow Jackets, unable to convert. And now a chance to make it double digits here for the Bearcats.
Bounce pass to Austin Ford. Floater is over top of the rim, and DJ Ritchie with a strong rebound. Ritchie has the ball. Swings it right side to Kenny Clace. Casey Hope will set up the offense. Just over 5.5 on the clock. Clace for 3 off the rim. Ritchie with the offensive rebound. Austin Ford couldn't get his paws on it. Great head fake there by Flegel. He drives in. That one off the mark as well, and Ford grabs the rebound.
And a lot of contact again there, but good job by St. Vincent. Staying calm underneath the basket, playing D, getting the rebound.
Kett, far side. Clock winding down to 5 minutes to play. Howard directing traffic. Finds a screen. Bounce pass. Bell for 3. He is no good as well. Waynesburg with the rebound.
And the Jackets have done a nice job on the defensive end here these last couple of possessions, but especially with where the clock is where it is, inside 5 minutes, they need to make hay on the offensive end here as well.
Foul be called here on Austin Ford for grabbing a hold of Tyler Miller, and that will be 7 fouls now against St. Vincent, and I believe, yes it is, 7 fouls. And shooting 1-and-1 will be Tyler Miller.
Comes Swartout back in for Ford. Luco checked back into the game for Ritchie, and Probst will come in for Miller if he can hit these 2.
Both teams are in the bonus. 1-and-1, no good for Tyler Miller, and those are the important shots you have to make. The free throw shooting is so important. It's part of the reason why Waynesburg beat St. Vincent earlier this season. Missed just 4 foul shots. Now a steal from Casey Hope. He gets ahead of Swartout. And Swartout with a huge block. Knocked it off the glass. Now Pat Jones leaves it for Kett. Slam it home.
And you got to have a timeout. If you're head coach Mark Christner here, I would imagine, I believe that's who called it, and it looks like a fool.
And this place is on fire. Over 4 minutes to go. 10-point lead for St. Vincent. We're back in a moment on the PAC Sports Network.
When you're seriously in debt, you know that feeling. It returns every time the phone rings. Things are out of control. A job you were counting on didn't come through, or you got sick. No matter how it got to this point, your creditors don't care or understand, but I do. It's not too late. I can help. If you're embarrassed, overwhelmed, or frustrated, don't be. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to help, and you do need help. Please call me. There is a way out, and I'll get you there.
We're here at Sport Clips, the new just for guys haircutting place, to see what the buzz is about. How was it?
Nice cut, nice price, professional stylist. Doesn't get any better than this.
There's sports on TV at every chair.
I got an awesome haircut, steam towel treatment, neck and shoulder massage. I went all the way!
What are you waiting for? Sport Clips is now in your neighborhood. At Sport Clips, guys win.
With 2 locations in Washington County, at the McMurray Shops in Peters Township and at Trinity Point in Washington.
A double-digit lead for the first time by either team in the game. And it belongs to St. Vincent. 10 points over Waynesburg, 56-46. Just over 4 minutes to go in this championship basketball game. Here's Luco. Corner to Clace. Talked about the first half Luco had. He has 15 points. He only has 2 points in the second half.
Yeah, he is certainly quieted down here, as have a lot of the players offensively here from Waynesburg, as St. Vincent has been able to build this lead up to 10 now.
Flegel for 3, bank it home.
Probably not how he drew it up, but you'll take it at this point. You need something to stop that run.
Kett. Howard. Jones. Howard. Swartout. Great pass underneath the Bell with the reversal. Great assist there by Swartout. Just knowing where Bell was coming. That's just great anticipation.
Yeah, it really is. And the Waynesburg defense just lost Bell underneath the basket. You can't do that, especially at this point in the basketball game.
Probst with a short jumper. It goes off the side of the rim and rebounded by Howard. And now Waynesburg amping up the pressure. 3 minutes to play.
And now if you're Waynesburg, you're going to need to start getting stumps just about every possession here. A few more buckets by St. Vincent might just be the end.
Howard driving in, leaves it for Bell. Cross-court pass to Kett. Now to Pat Jones for 3. Nails it.
And the Jackets with a high-pressure defense, just leaving shooters open and guys cutting to the lane. And that's been the difference here on these last couple of possessions. And it's starting to get away from them here. St. Vincent can smell it.
Luco with a floater from the side. It's good. And Mark Christner needs a timeout to gather his thoughts. Still a 10-point game, 2:20 to play. PAC Sports Network coverage of the 2015 Men's Basketball Championship is back in a moment.
It begins here, on a beautiful campus in southwestern Pennsylvania. At Waynesburg University, students become leaders in education, in business, in government, and science. They learn to tackle real-world issues with innovation and purpose, and are prepared for these roles within a community that fosters spiritual growth. Waynesburg University, a tradition of faith since 1849.
using every second of that timeout. We've seen them break the huddle early, but not that time. Both coaches digging deep, devising their plan for the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And Waynesburg will have to foul quickly. And a travel called on Kett. That's just inexcusable.
Kett just could not get his feet stopped in time, and he just points to his head there as he knows that's just not a smart play from him.
Not something you see from him very often either. An extremely smart basketball player and a great young man. And a foul called on J.C. Howard. That's going to put Jacob Flegel with the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
You can't ask for much more if you're Waynesburg on that one. Clock stopped pretty much, and you get the conference's second best free throw shooter at the line.
Flegel with 3 fouls and 9 points. An 88% free throw shooter, and he makes the first end. Double digits in scoring now for the Jacket senior.
And Flegel along with Probst, and can throw Kenny Clace in there as well. A few of the guys that have been playing since their freshman year, trying to rebuild this program. And they have got a long way to go if they want to end it with a championship.
Flegel misses the closing end of the 1-and-1. J.C. Howard just up the court. Klimchak from the corner off the rim. And a foul will be called on Jalen Bell, reaching over the shoulder of Hope.
And that's not a player control foul, so Hope's going to go back to the line.
St. Vincent giving Waynesburg plenty of opportunities at the charity stripe late in this game. Now it's just up for the Jackets to convert. That's the first step. 9-point deficit, just over 2 minutes to play. Casey Hope makes the first one. Waynesburg now in the double bonus.
These are those moments, you got a lot of seniors on this team, but at the same time, they haven't played in moments quite this big.
Hope drains them both. 8 points for Casey Hope. And St. Vincent with a tremendous job to break the press. And now they're just going to try to take the air out of the basketball and wait for the fouls, and here they come. That one on Flegel, and that's his 4th. Should not be Flegel's responsibility to foul there.
And he's a guy that can score late in a game, and you do not want him out of the contest, and he checks out right now.
Yeah, well, they're going to need him in a couple more seconds. As Probst checks back in as well.
And I wonder if that's the design by Christner, is if Bell gets the ball in his hands, foul him. It didn't work out there.
Yeah, Bell, the worst free throw shooter on this team out of the key players. (62-54). That one rolls out. Waynesburg with a chance to cut into the lead now.
And they'll trade 1s for 2s and 3s, but they've got to be able to score on the offensive end.
Luco, kick it out. DJ Ritchie for 3. Can't get it to go. Swartout with the rebound. Waynesburg has to foul quickly. Swartout gets away. Pat Jones dribbles around DJ Ritchie, and finally Pat Jones is fouled. Luco storming up the court to throw a body at him.
And it almost looked as if the Jackets were trying to foul there, but weren't able to get it called, and Jones almost got the run out in the layup.
Yeah, Waynesburg absolutely trying to foul. Jones at the charity stripe. First one, no good. A minute 30 on the clock. 62-54.
Flegel checks back in. Got to think he's going to be on the court for offensive purposes. Not as much for D with those 4 fouls.
Jones makes the second one. 9-point game once again. Luco quickly driving through the paint. Swartout with a big block, but it comes right into the hands of Jason Probst. And Probst makes the shot. Inbounded to Swartout and a foul. Probst with plenty to give. This will just be his second.
And Swartout coming in 72.1% from the stripe. So big fella, pretty good foul shooter.
Swartout, not a lot of points on the score sheet, just 3. But has had a tremendous presence underneath. An aggressive ball player. First one of the 1-and-1 is good.
DJ Ritchie checks in for Jason Probst here, maybe giving the Jackets another 3-point threat.
To purchase a DVD keepsake copy of today's game, email the PAC Sports Network, info@pacstream.net. DVDs of today's broadcast are just $25. Ellis along the baseline, leave it for Ritchie, and he's fouled. Swartout throwing the body at him, tying him up in the air.
Another opportunity to get points while the clock is stopped here for the Jackets. 1:04 to play.
Ritchie, an 85% free throw shooter. Junior on this team. First one's good. Just 1:04, and Waynesburg needs a quick foul after this shot by Ritchie. Second one, no good. Rebounded by Swartout. He's going to sit and wait for a foul. Smart move there by the junior. Gets a strong rebound, and he just sits and holds it. And he's just going to wait for somebody in orange to slap his arm.
Yeah, no need when we've seen he's pretty nimble so far to this point, but no need for him to bring it down to the floor and try to dribble his way out of the trouble. Like you said, just wait for that foul to come, and he's back at the line where he just hit 1 of 2.
Well, the good news for Waynesburg is the fact that the foul came and just took 2 seconds off the clock. Bad news is that St. Vincent's now in the double bonus and will shoot 2 the rest of the way. Swartout, good. Back to a 9-point game, and start to look at turning points. Dave, I think it was that jump ball that was called on Thomas Ellis where he thought he was fouled, and St. Vincent went off after that. B.J. Durham trying to keep the hopes alive of Waynesburg. 3-point shot, no good, under a minute to play. Flegel for 3. He's fouled, and he just misses. He will go to the line to shoot 3.
And boy, the Jackets certainly would have taken a chance at 4 there, but they'll certainly love to have their best free throw shooter on the line for 3.
First shot, up and good by Flegel. Waynesburg has never won a conference tournament title. Again, St. Vincent has won the last 2. Trying to make it a dynasty. Flegel makes it. All 3. 6-point game. J.C. Howard out in front of everybody, and he's fouled by Luco. And that's the speed of Byram Luco there. J.C. Howard thought he was off to the races for an easy layup, breaking that Waynesburg press, but Luco on him very quickly.
Yeah, talking with Coach Mark Christner, he said Byram just does things that nobody else can do. He'll get from the volleyball line down to the block in just a split second. We saw that quickness there.
Howard's first shot good. St. Vincent doing enough at the free throw line right now to keep the margin big enough. Eight-point game once again. 68-60. Luco flying up the court, leaves it for Flegel for 3. No good. Rebound can't be hauled in. Kenny Clace knocks it out. St. Vincent basketball.
Excuse me, Nate. Flegel just couldn't handle that ball at the top of the key, and I think that played a big role. He got himself set, but wasn't able to go into a fluid shot motion there. And
Foul finally comes in. J.C. Howard triple team there by Clay Flegel and Durham.
For the Jackets there, that's maybe an opportunity where you don't need to foul. At least try to get that steal. You got him triple teamed on the baseline as a fourth defender as well, but running out of time here if you're Waynesburg.
The St. Vincent fans starting to feel it. J.C. Howard could make a big impact in this ball game here and make it a 4-possession game if he nails both. And he doesn't do it. Howard's second shot. No good as well. Waynesburg needs a three-pointer quickly. Under 30 seconds to play. Flegel trying to get around, kicks it to Probst. Probst goes baseline around short out. He makes the shot. Clock stops at 21. And now they need a quick foul. And there it is, and that's Flegel, and that will be it. Flegel, a senior on this team, has had minutes. Or did they not call that on Flegel?
I certainly think it should have been if it wasn't.
They do, and now they fixed it. And that's it for the senior, trying to give him a short tribute. As Jacob Flegel looks like he will take his final seat on the Waynesburg bench. A guy that has contributed to this team since his freshman year. A great outside shooter, Dave. You and I got to see him as students. And he's just a great young man as well. Just a great head on his shoulders.
He really is, and I saw him before practice yesterday, and I said, "Are you ready to go tomorrow?" And he said, "Oh, we certainly are. It's been 4 long years," and I'm sure he didn't take a pleasant seat there, as you know, he wanted to get this one.
T.P. Harris wants a full timeout. It's an 8-point game, 17 seconds to go. The Bearcats can start to sharpen the scissors. We're back in a second here on the PAC Sports Network.
Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living is raising funds for renovation and new construction of the YWCA building on West Maiden Street in Washington. Triple is a membership organization of people with disabilities and their families, friends, and neighbors. Triple's vision is to embrace the Y's historic, uplifting character while creating a state-of-the-art, fully accessible community center. We are accepting various types of donations for the rehabilitation of the Y. Visit ywca.triple.com or call 724-223-5115 for more information.
St. Vincent trying to become the first team since W&J in the early 90s to win 3 straight PAC championships. Back then, there was no tournament. Now there is. And they're looking for 3 tournaments in a row as Byram Luco goes coast to coast. And it might be a little too late. Sean Kett, the senior, will hold on to the ball. A foul from Thomas Ellis, and you can probably put this one in the books.
I'd say that will just about do it, Nate, as 8 seconds. Don't think it's enough time to make up the 6-point deficit.
The Waynesburg crowd has gone silent. Sean Kett makes the first one. Talk about what Sean Kett has done. Lost presence inside, lost some outside shooters in his couple of years, but he's going to claim a 3rd straight championship. And out come the seniors, and a tip of the cap from the Waynesburg fans. And that's it. Seniors on this team: Flegel, Hope, Clace, Luco, Probst. Kett makes them both. 8 seconds away. Second team is in. Kendall Page tries to even up the score. He can't. A putback shot. It doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, the St. Vincent Bearcats are the 3-time defending PAC champions.
And Nate, when you look at this contest, you look at this season, St. Vincent just did it all year long. The best team in the regular season, the top seed in the tournament, and they proved it why here today. Second half, with that experience of 2 tournament titles in their belt in the last 2 years, they were able to do just enough to bring the 6-point victory, or to get the 6-point victory and to bring another title here to Latrobe.
Hugs from D.P. Harris to Sean Kett. The Bearcats complete the three-peat. We'll talk with D.P. Harris in a little bit. We're going to keep it right here for the net-cutting ceremony on the PAC Sports Network as the fans come out to greet the Bearcats. It wasn't the atmosphere you would expect here in the Carey Center. The students on spring break, it doesn't matter. The ones that are here are going to celebrate, and they are on the court right now. A tremendous game, Dave, the whole way through. Up until about 10 minutes to go in the game, and that's when St. Vincent kind of took over, and Waynesburg tried to battle back, just wasn't quite enough. Yeah, St. Vincent just, as I mentioned, just proved why they're the top team in this conference all season long. And, when you were talking with head coach Mark Christner of the Yellow Jackets, he said, we got to have that poise, we got to be able to handle the surges, and it was just one too many for the Yellow Jackets, as St. Vincent just too strong. A dunk, a couple of three-pointers in that big run in the second half, and that's what did it. The Bearcats celebrating, and they earn the automatic berth for the 3rd straight year in the NCAA tournament, and the Bearcats have something to prove. They have lost the first game each time. They have not won in the NCAA tournament yet, and I know D.P. Harris will be working his butt off to try to get that team on that floor right now a win in the tournament. Yeah, I was talking to him earlier today, and he said, the guys are focused on tonight. He said, but let me tell you what's going to happen. He said, we're going to go out there, we're going to take care of business. The guys are going to cut down the nets. And he said, me and my staff are going to be preparing tonight, starting preparations for the NCAA tournament the following week. And that prophecy, if you will, came true. And that's exactly what they're going to do as they try to advance in the NCAA tournament this season. Kevin Fenstermacher, who we spoke with during our triple halftime show with the banner, taking pictures with the team. The ladder set up on the left end of the court. It's there, poised for these players to take a pair of scissors to it. And here comes Sean Kett. He will be the first one to cut it down. The team gathers around the ladder. Certainly fitting, Nate, that he would be the first one to take a snip there. The senior, a starter for a number of years here, and he played such a big role here today as well. 19 points for the Bearcats. It's 3 straight years now Waynesburg has been eliminated by the Bearcats. There's Pat Jones takes a piece of the netting. 3 years ago, St. Vincent got through Waynesburg in the quarterfinals. A year ago, 2 years ago, now a year ago, it was in the semifinals. And now St. Vincent claims the championship over top of the Yellow Jackets. We'll come back, we'll have more net cutting ceremony here at the Carey Center. Hopefully get to talk to D.P. Harris here on the PAC Sports Network. The St. Vincent Bearcats are your champions.
Since 1961, McCracken Pharmacy has served their community in a uniquely personalized way with the goal to use the most innovative technologies in retail pharmacy. Patients and customers are served with medication synchronization programs, easy-to-use unit dose packaging, adult vaccination programs, and free delivery service. McCracken's 3 pharmacists and friendly, courteous, knowledgeable staff will take the time to sit and answer patients' medication questions. With all major insurances accepted, McCracken is also a preferred pharmacy in many Medicare plans. McCracken Pharmacy, a proud sponsor of Yellow Jackets basketball in the PAC.
We're here at Sport Clips, the new just for guys haircutting place, to see what the buzz is about. How was it?
Nice cut, nice price, professional stylist. Doesn't get any better than this.
There's sports on TV at every chair.
I got an awesome haircut, steam towel treatment, neck and shoulder massage. I went all the way!
What are you waiting for? Sport Clips is now in your neighborhood. At Sport Clips, guys win.
With 2 locations in Washington County, at the McMurray Shops in Peters Township and at Trinity Point in Washington.
When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
Comprised of 10 private institutions and 2 affiliate members, the President's Athletic Conference remains unique in this era of high-pressure college athletics. As a charter member of NCAA Division III, PAC student athletes excel in 21 varsity sports as well as the classroom.
Academic and athletic excellence since 1955, the President's Athletic Conference.
Want to learn more? Visit us at www.pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
When you're seriously in debt, you know that feeling. It returns every time the phone rings. Things are out of control. A job you were counting on didn't come through, or you got sick. No matter how it got to this point, your creditors don't care or understand, but I do. It's not too late. I can help. If you're embarrassed, overwhelmed, or frustrated, don't be. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to help, and you do need help. Please call me. There is a way out, and I'll get you there.
Joe Carrick climbing down from the ladder. The big man, I'm not even sure he needs the ladder to get up there. John LeGrand getting his piece of the netting. Talk about this ball game. Sean Kett, the senior, finishes with 19 points. He leads St. Vincent scoring. Byram Luca, what a couple of games he had in the PAC playoffs. Tonight, Luca finishes with 21 points and finishes career as that's it. Kyle Rivera finishes off the net cutting. It's off the rim. Your St. Vincent Bearcats, your champions, a 72-66 win. DP Harris coming up in a moment. He's congratulating his team, sending them to the locker room. Dave Floyd, my partner. And what a night it's been. I want to thank all of our listeners and for their loyalty throughout the year. This is something that we love to do. Have to thank our boss, Randy Gore, who puts this show together. Couldn't be with us tonight for the championship, but so thankful for what he does. Of course, thank you to Joe Onderko and Kevin Fenstermacher for everything that they've done for us and allowing this to happen. Your PAC commissioner and assistant commissioner. Just tremendous basketball, and we're happy to bring it to you live each and every week throughout the basketball season, your games of the week, and we're extremely proud that we could bring all 3 nights of the PAC men's tournament as we await DP Harris's presence for an interview with your winning head coach. The women finished up tonight as well. St. Vincent women participating in that. They lost to Thomas More. I think the final score was 65-55, and the Saints now 9 wins in a row in the championship game. 9 straight tournament titles. That's a true dynasty there for Thomas More. As Dave Floyd jumps back on the headset with us, talking about the women. Coach of the Year, Jimmy Petruska. Player of the Year, Sydney Moss for Thomas More. Catherine Belding, Defensive Player of the Year from Grove City. And Freshman of the Year, Kelsey Doherty from Bethany. And all of them tremendous athletes. Glad that we could bring you women's coverage all year long, too. Unfortunate that we didn't do any women's games here on the network. But plenty of action for the men throughout the season. Looking at some other final stats from this game again, St. Vincent claiming the championship 72-66. The Bearcats finally outshot Waynesburg in that half, 39-38%. Not too much of an advantage. Rebounds about even. The time that Waynesburg beat St. Vincent, Waynesburg really dominated the stat sheet. It was just a hard-fought game. but the Jackets came out on top.
Yeah, when you looked at, you mentioned a couple there, pretty even all the way around. A few more three-pointers by St. Vincent, and I think some of those were critical. A couple times that those guys were left open behind the arc, and they're just too deadly to leave them wide open. Sometimes maybe a little bit of overzealousness on the part of that Waynesburg defense, and you leave guys like Klimchuk, guys like Jones open, they're going to hit those trays, and that's what happened a couple different occasions, particularly in that second half when they went on a bit of a run. And yeah, that was a big difference there. You had a couple athletic plays by the Bearcats, able to throw down some dunks, including that one by Kett in that second half to give them, I believe it was their largest lead at that point, a 10-point advantage. And you almost knew at that point that they had kind of not run away with it, but really iced things away for the most part. And it was going to take a momentous effort for Waynesburg to get back into it at that point.
72-66 the final score. St. Vincent eligible for the PAC tournament 5 years, and they've won it 3 times. Of course, when you join the conference as a full member, you have to wait 3 years as a preliminary member, probationary member. But ever since that they were tournament eligible, they've really turned it on, Dave. I mean, this is something that DP Harris has put together that no one in St. Vincent history will forget.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And it's a pretty storied history, too. I mean, you talk about some of those teams in the early 2000s with Tony Washam and Kenny Roberts, a couple multiple All-Americans. And, when you just look at some of the teams that they've had in the past and some of the players, the Tony Moroccos, it's been impressive what DP and his staff have been able to do. It's not easy to make that transition sometimes from having scholarship players to Division III where you don't have those opportunities. But he's done it so well, and he's done it with just a number of different guys. And it's been impressive to this point. And really, when you look at maybe a preseason poll for next year, how do you put a team with so many juniors like this St. Vincent team has down off of number 1? It would be hard to do it, as I'm sure they'll be the favorites heading into 2015, 2016.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Waynesburg loses a ton of seniors. Of course, Sean Kett done now for St. Vincent in PAC play at least. The Bearcats will advance on to the NCAA tournament. But for Waynesburg, losing a core group, Flegel, Clace, Luco, Probst, Tyler Miller, as well as Casey Hope. 4 of those guys starters. They're gone. I mean, that's tough for Waynesburg. Mark Christner will have to go back to the drawing board.
Oh, there's no doubt. 4 starters, and then really forget about Nate Labashak. He was injured for a good part of that a good part of the second half of the season there. And then you have 3 other reserves, like you mentioned, in Ellis, Hope, and Miller. So that's 8 guys that are gone, and it's not going to be easy for the Jackets to kind of rebuild that back up. But that's exactly what Coach Christner and company will be charged with doing, and I'm sure he'll be hot on the recruiting trail as soon as this one ends. One thing to make note of as well, he seemed to think before the game that he was going to be able to this Waynesburg team was going to be able to play next week regardless of the outcome of this one. I'm sure he's not thinking of an at-large berth, but potentially an ECAC opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. So you'll have to stay tuned to see if they're able to make it into that tournament and receive an invitation.
Well, Dave, I guess it's time to hand out our Foster Law Office's player of the game. And I think it has to go to the big guy, the senior Sean Kett. Had just 3 points in the first half, but he finishes with 19. The senior guy gets to cut down the net first. Congratulations to Sean Kett, our Foster Law Office's player of the game.
Yeah, just an impressive second half. I mean, when you're a senior, you've won it 2 times before. You got to think, hey, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I win it my senior season as well, and that's exactly what happened. A great job by him, a guy that DP Harris spoke very highly of when we talked to him earlier today. So congratulations to Sean Kett and to the rest of the Bearcats as they three-peat here at the Carey Center.
We'll take a break. DP Harris hopefully will join us soon here on the PAC Sports Network. Your St. Vincent Bearcats, PAC champions, once again, 72-66 over Waynesburg.
I'm Joe Anderko, Commissioner of the President's Athletic Conference. Want to know what makes the PAC so special? Here's a few reasons why.
Comprised of 10 private institutions and 2 affiliate members, the PAC remains unique in this era of high-pressure college athletics. Now sponsoring 21 sports as it celebrates its 60th anniversary, the PAC is regarded as one of the elite NCAA Division III conferences in the nation. Our student athletes excel in athletics as well as the classroom, with numerous postgraduate scholarship winners, over 150 academic All-Americans, and over 900 academic honor roll recipients with a 3.6 GPA or higher in the past year alone. Want to learn more? Visit us at www.pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
Academic and athletic excellence since 1955, the President's Athletic Conference.
Inside the Carey Center, Nate Rigotti joined by David Floyd, and we're also joined by your winning head coach, D.P. Harris. Congratulations, Coach. 3 years in a row. What does this mean for this school?
Well, when we were in the NAIA, we went 4 times in a row. We expect to win here. The coaches work really hard, Dan Smrowski and Terrence Smith. And the players, I mean, we get after it every single day. So it's good. Each one's special.
You guys were great in the NAIA. You had to wait that probationary period to be eligible for the tournament. Eligible 5 years, you win 3 championships in a row. Tell me what that feeling's like.
Well, you know, I apologize to Ket because I called a timeout and Bethany beat us 4 years ago and they won the championship, and Denny Bassett hit the shot and we would have went, this would have been our 4th anyway. But what it means, go back to the NCAA tournament. It's hard. Waynesburg, Westminster, they went through that transition from the NAIA into the NCAA. A lot of people who are doing the transition, going through it, they call us and say, how did you do it? Our administration, Father Myron, we have a template, we stay the plan, we do it the St. Vincent way, and we forecast it down the road. So when you have a master plan and you do those kind of things, you're going to be successful.
And Coach, you mentioned Sean Ket already, you know, the senior on this team. Can you talk about him, and particularly the second half that he had?
Oh, I thought Sean played awesome. I haven't seen the stats. Certainly, I don't even know how many he had. So Sean had 19 points and 9 rebounds, and I thought Pat Jones hit some big shots. And, you know, Klemschak comes up with 11. He is 3 for 4, so you can never count Benny out. But I thought all the way across the board, all the guys, Bobby, everybody on the team, but Ket's special. And when you're a senior here at St. Vincent, it is special, and you're supposed to do that.
And Coach, now looking ahead, moving forward, something I'm sure you guys want to try to do is advance in that NCAA tournament. Talk about the preparations. Are they getting started tonight?
No, we'll go get something to eat. We'll take off tomorrow, and then Monday we'll get back at it. But, you know, once again, I want these guys to enjoy it. We've won so much here, and sometimes you take it for granted. But this has been a tough year, and in a lot of different ways here at St. Vincent. Especially, with Pat's mom and some different things. So these kids have been through a lot. I'm really happy for Pat. I'm happy for all the boys. It's a brotherhood here. And only guys who have played for me, they know it. We talk about it. Today I got 20 phone calls from former players, and just good luck tonight. Kenny, Roberts, Tony Washington. You just start going down those guys, and you look in the crowd tonight. There's Mike Medved and Johnny Hassan and Grant Ladis, and, it's about family. And when you come here to play, you know you're going to win championships. That's what we recruit on. That's how we sell our school. If you come here, you got a chance to play for a championship. I haven't had a kid that has played for me that hasn't gone to the tournament.
That's a great stat.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Everybody wants to go play in the NCAA or NAIA tournament.
Right. Well, a great win here, but you guys got another game coming up. Of course, you guys are playing some of the best basketball basketball I've seen you guys play all year. But what different changes do you still have to make and improve on to get an NCAA tournament win?
I think we just have to go a little bit deeper into our bench, have a good scouting report on who we play, and we need to get a little bit more continuity in our offense. I think defensively we're a really good basketball team. As good as anybody in the country.
Yeah, you guys are good all the way around. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
3 straight tournament championships for D.P. Harris and the St. Vincent Bearcats.
Thank you.
Final score, Again, 72-66. St. Vincent completes the three-peat for the first time in the tournament since 1992 to 1995 when W&J did it. So, Dave, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it all season long, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. It was a fun one to call. It was a fun season here in the PAC.
I have to thank our producer, Buddy McKay, our camerawoman, Shelby Tabrowski, and, of course, our ringleader, Randy Gore, who couldn't be with us tonight. Thank all of you guys. I'm Nate Rigotti signing off here from the Carey Center. St. Vincent completes the three-peat. Your 2015 men's basketball champions with a 72-66 win over Waynesburg.